Hey everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be talking about my most desired video games. This video is actually going to be a video response, and that is to The Completionist. He did a video about his top 5 desired video games, and instead I'm not going to be doing a top list, but just a list of video games that I don't own for some reason, and I really want in my collection. These video games are in no particular order, and I'm going to be doing one per system that I have interest in getting a video game for. The first one is for the Super Nintendo, and I surprisingly don't own this, and I actually have never played this before, so it's one that I really want because I've never played it or tried it, and that would be Harvest Moon for the Super Nintendo. Yes, the original Harvest Moon I have never played. I don't know why, but I never rented it as a kid. I don't believe I played it at a friend's house. Nobody had it. It was probably a Blockbuster, and I just didn't rent it. So I really want to get Harvest Moon someday. I know it's one of the more expensive Super Nintendo games, but I don't know. I feel like I'd really like it. I haven't really played a lot of Harvest Moon games, so I just want to start with the original Harvest Moon and just take it from there. My love for Harvest Moon, if you can call it that, because I don't really have a major love, but my interest, I guess, would be from the Harvest Moon that came out on the PlayStation 2. I really liked it for some reason, and I remember renting it and thinking it was really unique, and I just really liked it. I played one of the Rune Factory games on the Nintendo DS, and I don't know, there was something that also drew me to that. Not so much the sort of more RPG monsters and battling aspect, but I really enjoyed the farming aspect. It's cheesy, but Harvest Moon's a really popular series, so I would really like to get my hands on the Super Nintendo version of Harvest Moon just because graphically it looks phenomenal. I'm a huge sucker for really lighthearted, colorful 16-bit games, so it's definitely one I want to check out. For the N64, there is one game that I really want, and I used to own it, but back when I was a dumbass and sold my N64 and all my games to get money for a PlayStation 2 when I was a teenager, I don't have Paper Mario anymore, and I really would like to get my hands on a copy. I remember playing Paper Mario and just being so blown away. It was interesting. The graphics were so cool. Everything looked like cardboard cutouts. It was a fun adventure that I was actually interested in going on. It just had a really cool vibe to it, and I'd really like to check that out. So that's one of the N64 games that for some reason I still don't own and would definitely like to own now. It's just a really unique concept, and it reminds me of Super Mario RPG, and I really liked that. One of my favorite RPGs of all time. Again, because it's lighthearted, whimsical, and fun, and those are the qualities I love in an RPG, which is why I don't tend to like some of the darker titles. So Paper Mario is a game that I definitely need to get my hands on and play to the end because I didn't beat it as a kid, but I'd really like to check it out again. The next game is for a system I don't even own, but I just want it so bad. So if I ever got it, I'd have to get the system. The system is the Gamecube. I am not a Gamecube owner. I never got into the Gamecube at all. When it came out, I bought a PlayStation 2 and sort of never looked back, and I just, ever since, I've never bothered to own a Gamecube ever. I don't know, it's kind of known as one of Nintendo's weaker systems. I know there's gems on it, but I don't know, I've never had an interest to own a Gamecube, which is probably a little bad, but I just don't care. But the game that I really want to get is called Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. And believe me, this is amazing. So our friend Kevin has this game, and I just fell in love with it when we played it at his place because it is Dance Dance Revolution, but with Super Mario songs. Like, how amazing is that? Like, you get Dance Dance Revolution or any of those other kind of dance games, and they're always pop hits from the radio. It would be really cool to have a Dance Dance Revolution kind of like Theorhythm. It'd be nice to have that, but with like Final Fantasy songs. But that's what this is. It's Super Mario music. You know, that's very nostalgic to me and from my childhood. Yet you get to do awesome stuff. It comes with the mat and everything. It's the full DDR experience, and it was actually fun. And I don't care if that's cheesy or whatever, but I really enjoyed this. So I would actually buy a GameCube for this game because it was just so fun. I want to play it again so bad. The next game is for the PlayStation 1, and it's a title that when I do play it, I'm going to play it on the Vita anyway, so I just like owning physical copies, but that is Lunar Silver Star Story Complete. This is a JRPG that I've wanted to play for a while now. It was going to play it. It was between two games. I was going to play Trails of Cold Steel, or I was going to play Lunar, and I ended up picking Trails of Cold Steel. Maybe the wrong choice. Either way, I really, really want to check out Lunar Silver Star Story Complete for the PlayStation 1. It looks like an anime from the late 90s, early 2000s that I would have really, really, really fallen in love with as a teenager, and still now. Looks whimsical, looks colorful, looks just absolutely fun. The music looks really fun. Everything about it looks like something up my alley personally. So it's definitely one that I will be playing soon, so whether I find it in time and just end up playing it on the Vita as a digital copy, that would be fine, but I do want to end up owning it because I just have this feeling I'll really, really like it. I don't know, there's something about it, about people going on an epic anime adventure. I don't know, I'm just so drawn to that. A game for the Nintendo DS that I actually really want is Digimon World DS. This game looks really cool because it's Digimon, it's a JRPG, it looks, again, something right up my alley where it's a Digimon, which I think is awesome, which is also why I want to get Digimon World for the Vita, get the import version because I'd rather play portable games. But I also really, really want to check out the DS game. It looks really neat, and I remember when Digimon games were released on the PlayStation 1, but back then I only had an N64, so I never really got to play them, and they looked really neat. There's something that sort of just transports me back to childhood with Digimon. I love Digimon so much. I love Pokemon probably more, but Digimon to some degree is actually a bit better because it was more of a story. It was less irritating, blah, blah, blah. Digimon's actually pretty cool, so I'm really excited to check it out one day. It looks like a neat JRPG. Again, not too serious, nothing too dark. Something that looks fun, anime-esque. I don't know. I'd really like to check it out. The last game is a game that I'll probably get judged hard for wanting. It's for the Vita, and it is Dead or Alive Extreme 3. Yes, I do want this game. Partly because I can take a joke, so this game doesn't really offend me. The sociologist in me is super offended, I guess, but like I'm not really offended because this kind of thing is so funny and just makes me think of ridiculous stuff in Japan. I've been to Japan. It totally makes sense that this is a thing there. I know it's incredibly sexist and stupid, but for some reason, I don't know why, I really want it for like the minigame aspect and sort of just all the lols. It looks ridiculous. I just want to try it, but it's so expensive because you have to get it from like Play Asia and it's like $80, and I'm like, do I really want to spend like $80 on a game like that? I don't know, so I'm torn on that one, but it is a game that I would like to try one day, and I know that it never came out here and stuff because it was like causing all this controversy, but I don't know, I think people might be shocked because as a woman, that's a game that I would actually play, and it's because I know how to take a joke. I know that it's stupid, and I know that it's ridiculous. I also know that it's incredibly offensive, and I wish that women were portrayed better in video games. But so it's 50-50, please. I'm not perfect. I would actually play that game fully knowing that it is terrible and represents women poorly. So that's my list, and some of the games on there, the last one is super questionable, and but other games I think they're all pretty solid titles. I mean, Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix is ridiculous, but in the best way ever. I really, really, really want to get all these games, so they're just kind of games that if I see, I'll check out. I'm not like in a huge rush to pick them up or anything, but I just thought it was kind of a cool idea, actually. You know, your most desired games. Now, I have tons of games that I really want. I'm not going to name everything. Is my Super Nintendo collection complete? Absolutely not. And, you know, there's so so many more PlayStation 1 games I'd like because I didn't grow up with it. So my collection is like yay high. I just didn't, I don't know, I'm slowly growing. There's other games I want for the system. Same thing with every system that I have. And there's systems I've not mentioned, like the PlayStation 2 or the PlayStation 3 or the 360. There's always a game that you want. But these are just games that in particular I was like, no, you know, I could use that. I could use Harvest Moon on the Super Nintendo. I'd be down for some Harvest Moon time, or to check out Digimon World DS, or I'd be down to just, you know, chill out and just play some Dead or Alive Extreme 3. What are your most desired games? I'm really curious. And please check out the completionist video, because this is his video that I'm responding to and making a video response, just because the topic is so awesome. So I figured, I don't know, I might as well talk about, you know, what my desired games are and just kind of give a shout out. So that's everything for my video today. I'll see you guys in my next video, and please make sure to leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.